for the queer community, you still, anytime, hockey is for everyone comes about in the year, you still see these hateful comments or like these emojis that are still very hateful towards us. Like, we're just over here trying to mind our business and people are just so angry about it. So I feel like the league could do a better job of speaking out against that like hateful speech and stuff. I'm just a hockey fan. I don't play the sport. I only follow along with I follow the Sharks mostly. I would say, everyone always picks a second team. I would say the Avs are probably my second team. They're really fun to watch. I'm Salvadorian American. I was born and raised here in the Bay Area. I don't know how else to answer that question.
That's a good answer. How did Vanessa get into hockey?
So my girlfriend introduced me to hockey. She is from the East Coast. She's from New York, Central New York. And, hockey isn't really big out here in the Bay Area outside of San Jose. So I never really followed the Sharks. She moved out here, I want to say summer of 2015, but we didn't actually start watching it until spring of 2016 during the playoffs. And she didn't even know that the Sharks were based out here. So we were just watching. And then I think we started tuning in around I think they were playing the Preds at the time. So it was before they made the finals, we didn't know. She ended up buying tickets to the Blue Series. She surprised me and took me. Unfortunately, it was the game where they got shut out 4-0. But I had so much fun and I like instantly fell in love with the game there.
And what do you love about the game?
Honestly, like to watch, I love the speed. It's not like anything I've ever watched before. I'm not into basketball. Football I've watched growing up, but there's something different about hockey. Like I grew up playing soccer and volleyball. So it's not like, I don't know, there's just something different and more entertaining about it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either, but it's so true. Based off your intersection of identities, how could hockey be better for you? And also, how do you think it could be better for the queer community as a whole?
For me specifically, I feel like the league could do a better job of being more inclusive for different, I don't want to say different races, that's weird. But like I feel like they could be more inclusive towards different ethnicities and more people of color. And like I know that the Sharks do like Hispanic Heritage Night, but a lot of it has to be it's really centralized around Mexican Americans. They do have a pretty big Mexican community down there, but it's not as inclusive as to different Latin communities. Like I'm Salvadorian. I was born here, but my parents are from El Salvador. And everything always seems to be based around Mexican culture, which no hate. It's a beautiful culture. It's just it doesn't feel as inclusive as it can be. The sport itself, there's only like a handful of Latino players. You hear about Nieto being one of them, who's on the Sharks right now. But for the queer community, you still, anytime hockey is for everyone comes about in the year, you still see these hateful comments or like these emojis that are still very hateful towards us. Like we're just over here trying to mind our business and people are just so angry about it. So I feel like the league could do a better job of speaking out against that like hateful speech and stuff. But yeah.
I completely agree. And in knowing where the league and the teams are at in terms of making it more inclusive, what keeps you in the sport?
Again, I just love watching the game. I don't know whether it's the speed, the fact that it's pretty affordable to watch. Besides baseball, I can't go watch a football game. They're really pricey. I don't make that kind of money. Um, and I do see that sometimes they are making an effort to be more inclusive. Hockey is for everyone being one event that they hold. Um, I don't really keep up with other sports, but I've only seen maybe two teams so far include Hispanic Heritage Night or something like that. So I feel like they are kind of trying, and it's nice to see, being included.
Totally. Vanessa, what gives you hope for queer people in the sport moving forward?
Again, hockey is for everyone. I feel like that was a big step to take for a league, a sport that is very conservative. Even if I don't know any of the players really. I don't know whether some of them feel forced to use the rainbow tape, or if they actually do it because they want to. I know someone like Curtis Gabriel, he does it because he wants to. He's very supportive. I follow him on Instagram. And actually he is very he gives me hope for the sport, because anyone he comes in contact with, he is having those conversations, difficult conversations with players or fans. Like I follow some of his conversations on Instagram, and it's like, I don't know how he has the patience because I get really, really angry with some of the comments that people make, but he handles it pretty well. But I wish there was more of that, like people being more outspoken publicly, I guess. I'm not really sure what happens behind the scenes.
Awesome. Vanessa, thank you so much for doing this. I truly appreciate it.